We are here in Brikama at the Gambia College, covering the current affairs of African nation. Of course, on my left, you can see the hall over there. Mohammed, you can quickly take that. And here I am with the host of the event. We shall allow her to introduce herself and tell us why such event.
Thank you. I am Aissatou Sow. I'm from the Gambia National Library Service Authority, and with me are my friends inside currently counting the results of the just concluded African Nations Current Affairs Quiz competition. I'm the host of the competition, and they are my assistants, Fatma Keri and Binta Minti. The African Nations Current Affairs Quiz competition is initiated by Mr. Tunde of Tekem Transformational Organization. And the initiation started around the late 2020s. And then with the advent of the COVID pandemic, we could not proceed. But afterwards, we started again because the brain behind the initiative is to help the kids so that they can be able to know what is going around within them, within the country, our neighbors, within Africa as a whole. Because most of what we hear about Africa is mostly about the dark continent. And we want to reprint that image and make it a brighter one. So people that Africa is in fact a peaceful continent. We have beautiful places, we have beautiful cultures, and traditions. We have our norms and our values, which are our norms and our values, which are gradually diminishing because of what we have adopted other cultures. And today here during the competition, my colleague here has seen for herself what we're trying to make this the contestants understand is what is depicted on the scriptures where we derive our questions from. That is, which republic, what's their culture, what's their capital, what's their boundaries, and also the islands that we have. Sometimes when you hear the Seychelles, you will think that it's outside of Africa, whilst it is within Africa. You had Sao Tome and Principe. You'll be like, oh, wow, is that also a country within Africa? And you will also get to know of the current affairs happenings. Like, for example, when we're referring to a climate-friendly nation, we are actually referring to what? Rwanda. Even if it is not part of the question, we will try to bring it to their attention and not to mark them down on this, but then something to take along, not only for the students and also the escorts and all our viewers, so that we remind each other what Africa is really about and what we have that some people out there do not really know about Africa. How do we attract people once again to the smiling coast of the Gambia? Because our first part, if you observe, is all about the Gambia. Oh my God, from the first republic, from colonial era, and from traditional names that have been changed to other names, maybe names, streets or areas been named after our colonial masters been changed. For example, we have the Edward Francis Teaching Hospital and the like. So that is the beauty behind this whole African nation's current affairs. And also within the Gambia, sometimes you ask a question, even what's the head of the police department called, they will be like, they're lost. The head of, what to call it, the speaker of the National Assembly, they're lost. So with this, many have learned. Not only do we tell the students you're incorrect, we try to give them the correct answers. Not only them, but also those who came to escort these kids and those who are watching us right now. And really it's a success since its inception before the Ramadan, when we have our selection period. And within this selection period, we have people been given passports. Yeah, we gave them these passports on the countries that they are riding on. And this will serve as a roadmap for them to be able to answer questions that will be coming up in the subsequent round. Today is just the preliminaries. As you see, we only asking the official name of the countries, the capital cities, and where can they be found, and what's, yeah. I will stop
Obviously,
here.
yes, obviously. I'm happy that you mentioned in this slide because it's important. I've been here since in the morning and I've seen how your line of questioning has been. And I, in particular, was even amazed to know that some questions that were being asked, I could not even answer. And this is about Gambia. So it's important that such programs are created. Thank you so much, you and your team. I think you guys are doing remarkably well. And this is all it takes for the Gambian people to understand Gambia as a whole, but to understand the nation. So I understand you have stages on this. What stage are we and when is the final?
Yeah, we are at the preliminary stage. From the preliminary stage, we will be moving ahead to the elimination, right? Today, we'll be dropping some, but the next stage, and then we will have our final stage. If we don't have enough time, because the rainy season is fast approaching, and we also have the spelling bee competition, remember?
Right.
That is the parent competition.
Right.
So we will just move straight to the finals. That will depend on the outcome of today. If we have many contestants, we will still come back again and have lesser contestants, so that during the finals we will get the best out of the best contestants.
Obviously. Thank you so much. We appreciate you coming on the program. Thank you. Well, Gambia, we've heard it. And on Generation Next, we always talk about supporting one another. Parents, are we supporting our children? The whole population as a whole, are we supporting our children? Because all it takes is for us to support one another. And the country becomes, a greater good for everybody. Education, remember, is important. And we have to value that. We are still here at the Gambia College in Brikama, of course, covering the African nation current affairs. From the host, now we are going to a participant. That's Batuli, and it has been mentioned that each country is being represented. Clearly, you can see. Batuli,
yes.
Tell us, what country are you representing, and how is it going so far?
Okay, I'm representing Ethiopia. Well, it has been going good so far since being a participant in this competition. I'm so glad to be a participant since my aim is not to be a winner though. It's just to learn from African nations because it's so important. We just want to change the narrative of people, the perception that people have about Africans, that Africa is a dark nation. Well, I'm so happy with Mr. Tunde for initiating such a great program. It's good. It's going to help us. It's going to have a lot of impact on us.
Fantastic. So which country are you representing?
I'm representing Ethiopia.
What can you tell us about Ethiopia?
Well, Ethiopia is a country in East Africa. It has a population of 98,665,000 people with the 2019 population census. Since then, Ethiopia gained its independence from Britain on the 31st January 1942 and 12 December 1960 from Italy. Ethiopia is such a great country. It has a lot of natural resources, and also they speak 3 languages, not necessarily 3, but the 3 languages are more often. That is the Amharic, the Tigray, and Arabic, and the other languages.
Fantastic. What are you called?
I'm called an Ethiopian.
Oh, beautiful. Isn't this interesting? To have Gambian in Gambia being able to tell of another country, in particular Ethiopia. And this is how it is. You go inside the hall, you see each country being represented, and everybody is able to tell you what that country means. Isn't this beautiful, Gambia? Well, there we are. That's African Nation. And that's currently the program taking place at the hall. And reporting from there, I am your presenter as always, Sirachot, and my cameraman is Mohammed. Thank you so much, and see you.